our next session is titled Faith, Stewardship, and Financial Wisdom in Business. As we move into this session, we're going to shift slightly, because beyond strategy and funding, there is a deeper foundation that sustains every successful business. And that is a foundation made of faith, stewardship, and wisdom. And because of that, our speaker is a thought leader in faith-driven leadership, integrating spiritual principles with business and financial empowerment. Please help me give a warm welcome to Dr. Nthabi Singh.
Africa is going to be the fastest growing youth. The population exceeds 1.2 billion. What are the wood and paper products? Who is making the clothes you wear? What energy products? Who is developing the entire? All of these opportunities, even in services, water, air, transport, ICT, comms. Where are we in this? Are we just going to watch and read in the paper, oh, there's a free trade something? And yet we don't even participate. You have no plan to produce a good or a service. At least, can there be one person who say, oh, in 2026, I listened to Muligo, he told me about African Continental Free Trade Agreement. As a result, I decided I'll look at my community, but also in the long term, we will then expand into exporting and having markets outside. That is where the NEF wants black business to think. We want to say, how many black businesses have we helped enter and benefit from the free trade agreement? How are we benefiting from this continental free trade area as Africans? It cannot be that we now have this policy that enables us to expand our markets so significantly, and yet we don't participate. So when you want funding from the NEF, I forgot to mention, don't come to me. We have processes. I know you think the money is on me. I know I look like money, but don't come to me. So please apply. But make sure you have commercial viable things. Make sure you have your things ready. We can assist you with what we call pre-investment. So we assist you because we know all of us, business plan, you may not know this thing and whatever. It's complex. You don't know what is a market, whatever. We're there to educate you. But don't just complain and say, I can't access things. You've never even tried.
So the one question I have is, as a church and as Christians, we are running businesses and we're building businesses. The core of building a business, as a Christian especially, is being rooted in God and having faith. What does faith mean to the three of you, especially in your line of work and in building your careers and your businesses? How important is it to be rooted in God and rooted in faith?
So I think for me, it's a very personal question because underpinning, I think, everything that you probably heard, I would not be where I am had it not been believing that God has a plan for my life that I cannot necessarily, I couldn't project it. So the scripture says faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. So let me say, when I went to varsity, I knew I had a passion for economics, and I studied business science and economics because there was a kind of like I was drawn to issues around economic justice. I didn't understand this thing of inequality, why so many people had and so many people didn't have, and I needed to ponder and say what and I was a Christian at varsity, and my problem statement was, I don't understand Christianity. This Christianity of like wanting a car and wanting stuff from God. I think maybe the dream is then you get married and then you have a house, a nice house somewhere. I didn't understand it because what I saw in the Bible didn't say anything like that. And I'm not saying God doesn't want us to get married and have homes and all of that. No, He wants all of that. But when I looked at the Bible, and the conundrum for me was, but these people that I'm seeing here in the Bible, they changed nations. I don't understand this church and what it's doing, but these people, about Joseph and Esther and all these people, Daniel, that we're seeing in the script, Moses, all these characters, they changed nations. So what happened to me was, I think, fundamental in that the issue of faith, from that time, it was around when I think 2006, 7, somewhere around there. But God showed me that I needed to trust him with my life because I want to solve something. I don't know how I'm going to solve it. I don't know what it looks like in the future. So what it meant for me was there are things I had to leave by faith. I had to leave things that everyone expected me to do, my family, my dad, my mom, my siblings. I come from a very close family. Everyone had expectations of me. I had to leave those things by faith and do what I believed was what I called development. At the time, I can tell you, I never knew. I didn't even know things like NEF existed. I didn't even know things like the advisory council. You know, some of the things that I do, I won't mention them now. But the things that I'm doing now are the things I had to let go of, things I didn't even know, so that I could trust God for things I've never seen. So for me, faith is that I've got to, and I continue to, is to trust God for things that I've never seen. So now I'm trusting God for monies for black people, for finance. Yes, we've never seen it. We've never seen it. We are not capitalized. But I'm trusting God for billions for black business, because if we're going to deal with macro performance, underdevelopment, inequality, poverty, unemployment, it means that SMEs have to be financed. The money must come from somewhere, whether it's the financial intermediaries, whether it's others. And so we put our minds together to give solutions to people that are policymakers, that they implement, and then we will be able to have capital. So that's what faith means for me. It means trusting God to be a change maker and believing that he can use me.
Wow.